Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. I figured maybe it's time I make this video and talk about this. By the way, this video is going to be recorded in high dynamic range 10 plus, but it will be compressed to HDR 10 on YouTube on the device that's available. Whatever device you have that's out there that's available that has HDR, you'll be able to take the advantage of this. So let's talk about OLED and this fear that has become almost like a fear-mongering propaganda that's floating out there, where people just have this constant fear, like a fear of sharks, or fear of elevators, or fear of dark, or whatever, whatever phobia you want to take out there and signal that out. It's what it is. It's become like a phobia, like a burn-in phobia. That's what I'm going to call it. Even though the OLED's doing pretty good, they're selling pretty good. You got OLED on your phones, you got OLED on your tablets, you got OLEDs on your freaking watches, you got OLED all over the place, okay? And now you got Samsung investing $11 billion on QD OLED, quantum dot OLEDs. So let's get down to this, and I'm going to talk about this through my experience. I don't care everybody else's experiences out there. I don't know you from Adam. I don't know who you are. I'm only giving you my experience and what I've been through. First thing first, is there a possibility that you might have a burn-in? That's like me saying, is there a possibility you might break your leg, go skiing? Yes, you could break your leg if you go skiing, if you're not careful enough. So it's the same thing with a burn-in. And then people ask, well, why is the coverage for replacement warranty so expensive for the OLED? Because the OLED, it's a very expensive TV. It's a very expensive technology. When you buy a Bugatti, your car insurance and your services will be more expensive because you got a Bugatti. Okay? It's a luxury. It's a luxury TV. Okay, it's not like run down the mill, your regular Walmart TV or whatnot. Okay, it's a very specific technology that's used for a very specific audience out there who wants to have the best picture quality. So, if you're afraid of a burn-in, if you have this burn-in phobia, well, guess what, cousin? Don't ever buy it. Stick with your LCDs. Stick with your LCD, LED backlit televisions forever, okay? Or better yet, don't even buy a 4K. Stick with a 1080p LCD television, LED backlit, since 2008 or 2009. I don't know what else to tell you. Okay, don't ever buy it. If you have this fear of burn-in, don't ever buy it. No one can guarantee you. I cannot guarantee you that your TV is going to be okay. I cannot guarantee you that your car is going to be fine when you buy it. I cannot guarantee you that your cell phone is not going to break. You want some guarantees? Well, no one can guarantee it to you. All I can tell you is, through my experience, which I'm going to tell you, I bought this TV back in February 1st of this year, 2018. And it's almost 11 months. It's 10 months now. It's going to be 11 months a couple of weeks from now in November. Nothing. No problems, no issues. Here you see me watching a television, watching on NBC Sports Network, watching a Dale Jr. Earnhardt, the NASCAR driver, and watching his podcast live, watching other channels, watching movies, playing video games. You have seen me connect my PC. I use my PC on it, been browsing on it, I have fed this television everything and anything. And I do mean everything and anything. You name it, I was feeding it, okay? So this television, I have watched everything and anything on it. 1,500 hours, maybe even more. Maybe 1,800 hours. I think I'm going to reach 1,800 hours. That's how much I've been watching it. Not one single problem, not one single issue. This is a E8 2018 E8 55-inch OLED. Now, you're going to say, but how is that possible that you never had any issues, that you never had any problems? Because I take care of my stuff, okay? I'm not careless. I'm not a jackass that's out there just blindly just leaving everything on and not turning off anything, lazy like jackass. I'm not a lazy jackass. I take care of my stuff. If you take care of your TV, maybe you're not going to have that issue. Okay? There's precautions you can take. There's precautions you can take on this TV. You can select to have your TV dimmed down if you're not watching it. If I pause this right now, if I pause it, and I leave it like this for 10 minutes, guess what's going to happen? First, it's going to dim down after 5 minutes, and it's going to shut off. It's going to turn off the TV. Do you know why it's going to turn off the TV? Because I take precautions. There are options on the LG for you, not only to save the energy on the electrical bill, but also at the same time to turn off your television if you're not watching it. In case you fall asleep, in case you forget, maybe you're tired and you just can't consciously just remember to turn it off, guess what? It's going to do it for you. And you'll never have to worry about the burn-in, okay? So you have options, guys. There's options that you can do. You can take precautions, all right? I talked about this. My friend Luke M. Tech talked about this. God, everyone talked about this. Everyone who has a TV OLED TV talked about this. Mario, my friend Mario, he has C6. We're talking C6. He still has a C6, and he still doesn't have any issues. No problems with his OLED. Schroeder's doesn't have any issues with it. I believe he's got a C8. I think he's got a C8, and he doesn't have any issues. Doesn't have any problems. Works fine. I mean, I talk to Wayne all the time. I know he's busy, but if there was problems, he would tell me, and he would tell you if he encountered any like a major problems. But he takes precautions. He gave me some tips. You know, there's tips you can take to prevent that retention and the burn-in, you know. So what I want to clarify here, the whole point I want to make on this video, for those of you who are watching, is number one, I'm not sponsored. Everyone knows that already after 6 freaking long years. Okay, no, I have no strings attached to me. I'm independent as it can be. Probably the only independent YouTuber out there who doesn't have a cash register in front of me begging for that money. Okay, that's number one. Number two is I can give you unbiased, independent point of view on all these televisions because they're mine. I paid for them. They're all mine. I own them. I'm not favoring this over that. I look at all of them equally, and I give you my unbiased opinion equally. The only reason I said that this television gives me a more natural picture quality because that's what I'm seeing versus what I'm seeing on this one, on the QLED. Okay, that's not to say that the QLED is a bad TV. It's not a bad TV, but since I have the luxury to have the OLED as well, I can tell you that yes, I get a better picture quality, more natural picture quality on the OLED. Okay? So, that's number 3. And the last thing I want to say on number 4 is that if there was on the OLED such a thing as this immediate burn-in, this immediate retention on the screen, guess what would happen? First and foremost, the LG wouldn't be making the OLED anymore. Sony would have dropped it. Panasonic would have dropped it. Toshiba would have dropped it. Even Samsung, that's considering about it, would not invest $11 billion now, would it? That's a lot of money to invest onto a failing technology. $11 billion is a lot of goddamn money to be invested into this failed technology. Okay? If it was true As soon as you buy your TV, after the first week of you watching it, you're going to have that immediate burn-in, immediate retention. Guess what? There would be a recall. There would be a recall. They would have to pull all of the LG brand televisions, OLED televisions, off the shelves, off the stores, and ship them back to Korea, South Korea, okay, the LG labs, or whatever. And guess what? LG would not be making OLED anymore. That would be it. It would be like the end of plasma. End of story. They would move on to something different. If that was the case, but that's not the case. That's only a case coming from individuals who are looking to create some controversy, who are hungry for the clicks, and they need something on their videos to gain some sort of a clicks, because that's what they live off of. They live off of making, they only care about money. They don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about television. They only give a shit about this. The cash fucking register. Okay, and I'm calling them out, and you know who the fuck they are. And you who are watching this, you know who the fuck you are. Please don't make me call you out. You know who you are. If you want me to call you out, I'll call you out. But you know who you are. So please stay in your place. Don't mention my name, but you know who you are. Okay? You are a cash register, and you know who you are. And the last thing I want to point out here, for all of you out there who don't have the OLED, and for those of you who are jumping into that bandwagon, that stupid, ridiculous, retarded bandwagon of propaganda, well, guess what, cousin? You're never going to experience anything in your life, because you're listening to someone else to tell you what to do. You can't think for yourself, and you're not willing to take a chance. If you're not willing to take a chance, guess what, cousin? You might as well dig your own 6 feet under and just live in a cemetery and just call it quits, if you're not going to take any risks. If you want someone to tell you or give you a guarantee about everything, you're not going to find that fucking guarantee. Doesn't exist. There's no guarantees in life, cousin. All right? You ain't going to fucking find it. What you need to do is take a chance. You got 14 days. See it for yourself. See if all the bullshit that everyone's talking about, see if it's true. Go and try it out. And then return it. Okay? You don't have to take a warranty. Just try it out for 14 days. And leave it running. Leave it running every day for 14 days. Leave it running. See what happens. Okay? Or you can stick with whatever you have, your LCD, LED panel with that super over bright light with a very shitty viewing angles, and then listen to propaganda. Listen to some idiots out there who are just using you to get the clicks so they can make the money on their YouTube videos. If that's what you want to do, I could care less. Do that. Doesn't bother me one way or the other. I'm not here to kiss anybody's ass, nor I'm here to hold anybody's goddamn flags. I'm just here to call it the way I see it, and I'm just here to tell you my experience. If there was a major issue with these OLEDs, I'd be the first one to call it out. I had B6, C6, C7, and now E8. Neither one of them did I ever had any problems. And I've done tons of videos. Why do you think I have 4,000 plus videos? Because I sit on my ass, do nothing? No, I made tests. I tested things. Okay? I don't just talk out of my ass and put some bullshit out there to see what sticks. I actually have the proof. I have credibility to prove it. Okay? So, if you have this fear or this phobia of OLED, well, guess what, cousin? Then don't buy it. Don't buy it. Stick with what you have. Enjoy your 1080p or your 7 local dimming zones, 720p, 40-inch television, but don't bother me about it, dude. Or go ride that cocktail train with all these other clowns out there, you know, and believe what you want to believe. But here, I'm just telling you the truth. Okay, there's no guarantees. You got to take a risk, cousin. But you also got to take care of your stuff. All right? You have to take care of it. If you're not watching it, turn it off. If you want to prevent retention or a burn-in, there's a way of preventing that. Set your television to turn off automatically if there is a static imagery. For 5 minutes, if I leave it like this, dims down, and another 5 minutes, it shuts off completely to save the power and also to prevent the burn-in or retention. There's ways of you preventing that. But you got to do it, okay? Okay? Even if you buy an LCD television, there's no guarantees. Maybe your OLED diode might die, or maybe your LCD panel got cracked inside when it was being shipped or whatever. Or maybe you hit it by an elbow or whatever the case might be. If you want a guarantee, no one's going to give you a guarantee. But don't tell me. The whole point of this video, I want to put this in closing to end this video. I don't want to hear it. This propaganda bullshit. People saying that as soon as you buy an OLED, you're going to have a permanent burn-in, permanent retention. That's the biggest horseshit, bullshit, crack of shit I ever heard in my entire fucking life. Okay? It's not true. I have put in 1,800 hours into this TV. From PC, from consoles, movies, cable, you freaking name it. I fed this television everything and anything. I haven't had one single goddamn issue. One single goddamn issue. So take it any which way you want. This is an independent video. I'm not here to kiss anybody's ass. I'm not holding anybody's goddamn flags. I'm just calling it the way I have experienced it, independently. Okay? So there you have it. Make what you want off of it. Have a good one, though. Take care, you all.